In this video, we're going to be looking at a wireframe modifier and some really cool effects that we can get with it. So inside of Blender, here we have Suzanne, and I'm going to go ahead and add a wireframe modifier. Go to the wrench, add modifier, generate, and then way down at the bottom it says wireframe. What you'll immediately see is that Suzanne became a wireframe. As you look, the wires are formed along the edges of each face. So if you have smaller faces, you'll have more and more wireframes. If you have large faces, you can see that there's more space in between these things. Let's go ahead and look at a few of these settings. Thickness does what you might think. It increases or decreases the thickness of the wireframes. Offset basically expands or contracts the wireframe from the face of the object that it came from. So down here where it says replace original, if you go ahead and turn that off and then increase offset, you can see that the wireframe is actually expanding away from the model, or you can have it go inside of the model like that. I'm going to go ahead and unselect replace original there. On the offset, you can also increase this more than one by typing in. So I could type in, for example, 5 or 10. Let's go ahead and set that back down to 1. This crease edge is very useful when you're adding subdivision surface modifiers. Let's go ahead and add a subdivision surface modifier to see what that looks like. So go to the wrench, add modifier, generate, subdivision surface, and go ahead and increase or decrease the levels as you want. That'll just basically give you more geometry to work with, and it makes it look smoother and smoother. Now you can see that it makes a really cool effect that looks like webbing around an object. Well, if you don't want that, but you actually want the wireframe itself, but with a little bit more smoothness, you can turn on crease edges in the wireframe modifier, and then you can increase or decrease that slide value. A 1 basically puts a lot of geometry around these intersection points, so the subdivision surface modifier will still add geometry along here, but you'll get more crisp edges. As you decrease this, you start to kind of get that banding more and more and more. So depending on the artistic style you want, you might have this be 0, you might have this be 1, or you might have it be somewhere in between. Already, we're seeing a lot of cool effects that we might be able to add to our models depending on what we want to do. What we need to do is we need to look at a model that is very high polygon density and see kind of how this modifier works with it. So here we have a scorpion, and if I add a wireframe modifier, let's increase the thickness here, you can see that there's some weird things going on. Firstly, it is way too dense, right? And that's because there's too many polygons. Second, you also see a lot of these weird, strange, spiky things going off. Both of these are fixable, so let's go ahead and delete that modifier. And let's add a decimate modifier that we saw in previous videos. Let's change the ratio down to about 0.01 or so. And here we can see the scorpion has much fewer polygons to work with. So let's go ahead and add a wireframe modifier now. So wrench, add modifier, generate, wireframe modifier. And let's increase the thickness. Now it's looking much better. We still have these weird spike things going on. And so what we want to do is turn off this thickness even. You might not get the exact effects you want, but that takes care of the weird spikes that are coming off of this. So that's how you can take a higher poly model and actually still use wireframe. So what we're going to do, we're going to add the subdivision surface modifier. So again, wrench, add modifier, generate subdivision surface, and you can see you're getting really cool looking effects. If you want, you can go ahead and turn on crease edges and change that value to whatever you want. If you want maybe a less pronounced effect, but you can start to imagine some of the cool things you can do with this modifier. And this works with pretty much any model that you could get from printables if you want to make it just kind of look artistic, like the scorpion here. In sake of time, I'm not going to go ahead and bring this into Prusa and print this off. We're just going to leave it as is. Feel free to experiment with this and use it as you need, but you can get some pretty cool effects with this. I'll see you in the next video.